Why I lie? Why I lie? I did not lie. Hello, friends. I am here, not lying, in the flesh, to write the final chapter of the prompt novel, which we started last year. Blur is here. Mystery Mochi is here. Taryn is here. Hello, my friends. Good morning for me. Good time zone for you. It snowed last night. It was finally starting to warm up, bright, sunny, bit rainy, but mostly getting warm. And then I woke up this morning and I was like, why is it so dark in the main portion of the house? Oh, the skylight is blocked by snow that fell last night. I was just thinking about the fence. Taryn, I figured. It's all good. Gotta tease back. You gotta sass back, right? Gotta always have that sass back. So I'm cold this morning. It's I can actually see the mountains now. When I first got up this morning, it was very white outside, just solid gray-white mass of cloud in the sky. But now I can actually at least see the mountains, so there's that. But we got quite a bit of snow last night, so here I am. Winter is back. Next week is spring break, and winter is back. Mixed feelings. I'm not going to complain about having a warm, fuzzy blanket, and, a heavy sweater for a few days longer. Could do without the snow, though. Not my favorite thing. Not entirely my favorite thing in the whole wide world. So, we'll see how long that sticks around. How is everybody today? Let me know how you're doing, what you're up to, what you thinking, what's going on. And I will in turn do the same. So we are finishing the prompt novel today. You're stressed, Taryn. Know what's happening. Tell us. Tell us if you want to tell us. You don't have to tell us. If you don't want to tell us, if it's not something that you want to talk about, then we just here for you. Oh no, you still having trouble getting it working? I was wondering because I hadn't really seen you stream this week, and I thought, well, maybe she's just busy, but is it because you're having trouble getting the sound set up? My setup has always been very basic, which I think helps, because I basically just plug in my camera and microphone, do a little blah 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 to make sure it's working. I mean, I guess technically I should make sure it's even using the right microphone. Yeah, and I just go. But I have a very, very basic setup. So I don't really have a lot to fiddle with. Took a break to work on emotes, and this week it's been sound related. Oh no, I'm so sorry, Taryn. If you have any questions, you can always shoot a message at Ghost Pepper. He's not around until the evenings. Pie is here. But I'm sure he would be happy to help where he can. And you can always post in the Discord. I know we've got some more technical people in the Discord who would be able to potentially help. I know Rai knows a lot more about OBS stuff. Joe sometimes. And I know that Key and Bruce are more techie guys as well. I don't know if any of them are here at the moment, but you can always post on the Discord and see if they can give you some assistance. Because we do have some great techie people in the community, and I wouldn't be able to get by without them. So, Pie here with 4 Hydrates. Pie, how you doing, my friend? A 1. A 2. A 3. And a 4. Doing alright? Left shoulder hurts. No, did you hurt it? Did you like lift something and strain it or hit it against something? Unknown reason. Take care of yourself, Pi. Relax. Yeah, Pi likes to hit us with the mega hydrations, but that's okay. That's why we love him, among other reasons. So yeah, last year, for those that haven't had the whole big background story, last year I decided to do a project for my blog. I do try to have a project of freebies every year, because every year I post between 22 and 24 free, like little free shorts on my blog. Just, you know, one, so that if anyone comes around and is like, oh, what kind of stuff do you write? They can pop over to my blog. They can see what I write. And just get a sort of idea, a preview, I guess you would say, of my work. But two, the other reason why I do the shorts for my blog is they're just little fun vignettes for me. They're like little ways for me to take a break from my big projects with all their pressure and all of the things that I have to get right, because what I write for my blog can just be for fun. It doesn't have to follow a complicated continuity. It doesn't have to, it doesn't have to fit in with a bunch of other things. It doesn't have to be perfect. It can just be, it doesn't even have to be meaningful. It's just whatever fun thing I feel like writing. Peter's here. Hello. This is the best day ever. Megan is here. Hello, Peter. I'm innocent. I'm just internet trash. Pi, you're our internet trash, and we appreciate you. Just so you know. Peter, how's it going? So yeah, I like to have a little project sometimes, for those shorts, because, the funny thing about creativity is sometimes if you put too many restrictions on it, it's not fun. And sometimes if you don't put enough restrictions on it, it's not fun. And so for a while, I just kind of would peruse for writing prompts, or just sit down and write whatever came into my mind. And I still do, like, sometimes jot down little ideas of things that I'd like to just write for fun someday. But I find that having some kind of project, some kind of something that guides that creativity, very loose restrictions, because again, it's just supposed to be for fun, but having something to sort of guide the direction of what I'm doing is helpful. So in 2022, shortly after I started streaming, we did the 22 Stories in 2022 project, where I took a bunch of writing prompts that I had found. There was actually I think there was like a 1 month of writing prompts exercise that I took most of them from and just did it throughout the year. And I sort of set myself the challenge of using side characters from my various projects, characters that didn't get a lot of focus, put towards them, and writing little vignettes that would fit into the canon of my various multiverse story project worlds. So that was what we did in 2022. In 2023, I did a lot of world building and sort of world development for my Kryptonia universe, which is a homebrew campaign, D&D campaign, which has been on hold for a while because my life has been insane. But we developed some lore for that, which was very fun. And then last year in 2024, I started the prompt novel project, which was, the idea was just to take a bunch of writing prompts and write a novel based on the writing prompts. So basically the prompts have informed the events, the structure, the framing, the narrative of the novel. And when I started, I had no idea if it was something I could do. If it was going to be just a mega disaster, if it was just going to be all over the place. And I do not think I could slap a cover on this novel and push it out into the world. If it was to be a polished piece of work, it would need a lot of fixing and a lot of rearranging. And there probably are some things that I forgot about or didn't fully account for. But I do think I ended up with a coherent story, and I do think I ended up with a decent build to climax / resolution for the problem. So I'm happy about that. It's been a very interesting project. If you need your work polished, I can translate. Pi, I appreciate you. You're amazing. How are you today? I'm doing fine. It's cold here too. It snowed overnight. I'm looking forward to taking a week off next week, so just kind of getting through what I gotta get through to get there. Cold and snoozy, barely slept last night, and I've been on the move and floating around all day. Nothing super strenuous or whatnot, just bits and stuff. Well, Peter, I hope you get a good sleep tonight. After this productive day. I wish my name was Megan so I can call myself Mega Disaster. I feel like you could call yourself that even without having the name Megan if you wanted to. That would 100% be the name of every show, every episode, every book, every script, everything I'd ever printed on t-shirts. I could become a Megan. I'd be great at being a Megan. If you would like to be an honorary Megan, Peter, you can be inducted into the club. I'll sponsor you. Next week we just vibe in the club with the fam. Yeah, so I do have some plans for next week. I mean, I'll obviously talk about this more towards the end of stream. I am planning at least one craft stream. This will not be the bonus craft stream that you guys voted on from November. This is just going to be a regular craft stream, because I tend to do at least one craft stream when I take off. So we're going to be doing at least one craft stream. Probably working on the Flanny Tyrannosaurus, the Flannysaurus in space that I've been working on. So we're probably going to do at least one of those. And we will have the bonus wine and wine down stream. I have acquired wine. I have a nice bottle of Stoneleigh in the fridge, which is from New Zealand. It's a New Zealand white wine. It's very minerally. It's actually quickly become one of my favorite wines. I think it's New Zealand. It might be Australia. It's that part of the world. I'll have to check again and make sure I'm not saying the wrong country. It's very good. Hey, Carly, how's it going? I sent Carly pictures of the snow this morning so that she could live vicariously through my snow. So I have acquired a bottle of Stoneleigh, so we will be doing the wine and wine down stream. I'm not sure which days which things are happening on. Ghost Pepper is currently making some plans with his curling team. Not to go to a Iqaluit, but close. Depending on which days he's going to be here and which days he's going to be away, will depend on when we do the craft stream and the wine and wine down. But so we're definitely going to have at least 2 streams next week. And there's nothing official yet, but Ghost and I have volleyed the idea of doing a Golf with Your Friends stream on his channel during the break, if we can swing it. Get that broom in, Ghost. We believe in you. Hurry hard. Hurry hard. I don't like snow. I kind of hate it. It's pretty, but it's gross. I don't like dealing with it. And I thought it was getting warm, and then it snowed. So here we are. I appreciate that very much. I'll send my application form and the check to cover my fees immediately. All duty fees for the Megan Club can be paid in hugs, just so you know. Is that a pun? Golf with friends, if we can get if we can swing it? Listen, it wasn't meant to be, but sure, give me more credit than I deserve for my cleverness. I'll take it. That was a Megan hasn't had coffee yet comment rather than a really clever pun. But hey, you know, I'll take what I can get. So yeah, there will be stuff happening next week. No dates are 100% yet, but we definitely will have a craft stream. We definitely will have a wine and wine down stream. Those things will definitely happen. I just don't know the timing yet. The wine and wine down probably will not happen at normal stream time, because I'm not going to start drinking wine at 10:30 in the morning. I love you guys. I'm not going to do that to myself. So we probably will do an afternoon stream for the Wine and Wine Down. It will probably start around, I don't know, 1 or 2-ish PST. Because I'm going to be drinking wine for it. That's what you guys wanted. That's what you guys are going to get. And we'll just shoot the shit. Whoever comes and has a conversation with me will get to help determine what we talk about. I'll probably fill the dead space if there's like lulls in the conversation, or if there's times when people don't have questions. I'll probably fill the dead space just by talking about what I'm up to and what I've been doing and how my career is going. But when you guys are here, we'll just chat. It'll be the just chatting part, the thing that we usually do during breaks, but for the whole stream and while I'm drinking wine. It's been over a year, I think, since we did a wine stream, so it's gonna be interesting. I enjoy shooting shit. Me too, Carly. We need to say it every 29 minutes, though, just to remind everyone that Megan's brain is superior. I don't know if it's superior, but I appreciate that you think I have big brain energy. Aside from snow, I'm doing pretty good. I'm looking forward to next week. I'm looking forward to taking a bit of a brain break. I showed the puzzle that I'm going to do. I'll grab it again during the break. I'm going to do a odd pieces puzzle. And the idea behind this particular puzzle is that it gives you a poster of what the puzzle is supposed to look like, but that's not exactly the puzzle you put together. The puzzle you put together is 30 seconds later. So it's going to be a little bit challenging because I won't have an exact one-to-one to look at on the poster. So I'm interested. It's my first time doing a puzzle from this particular company, so I'm interested in that. It was a gift from a good friend of mine last year for my birthday. It was on my wish list and he didn't even know, and he bought it for me, so I'm super excited to give it a try. I'm gonna do that, and then because it's only 1,000 pieces and because I just am such a puzzle machine now, if I have time, which I think is highly likely, I'm going to do the octopus puzzle that Bard got for me, which is this beautiful, gorgeous wooden pieces puzzle. I think I have it over here. This one is still in my room. It's this gorgeous octopus puzzle. So it's all the pieces are I think a lot of the pieces are actually like animal shaped, because there's an octopus shaped puzzle piece. But you can kind of see here. It's all this gorgeous, multicolored, this piece looks like a little diving boy. So yeah, I'm gonna do that hopefully as well. Because I think I'll have time, so that's what that looks like. So, yeah, because that one's 500 pieces, so that would be 1,500 pieces total across 2 different puzzles. And I think I can do that in a week. So those are my plans. Those are my plans for next week. Is to do some puzzling, hang out with you guys, just take a big brain break, and yeah, should have the usual like hangouts with Woof and stuff, but I'm just looking forward to turning off my brain for a bit because I've been going full tilt for the beginning of the year and my brain is ready for a slowdown. No wine at 10:30. We'll just stick to the usual standard cocaine and meth. I mean, I'm just, waiting a little while later in the day to start. That's all. An octopus-shaped octopus. I have a Peter-shaped Peter. Heck yeah. It's just sad that shape is the shape of a finished building. Not all of them are shaped, I don't think, but a lot of them are. I think that's like the conceit of the puzzle, is that a lot of the pieces are like other things. So yeah, I'm looking forward to having a hangout next week and just chilling. And I'm doing pretty good. You know, life itself has been crazy. We won't obviously go into everything that's happening in the world right now. It has definitely led to some craziness in our household. We have to do our first grocery shop in a post-tariff world this weekend, and I'm not looking forward to it. I'm not really looking forward to seeing what prices have gone up and which products we're going to have to consider not buying, because it's going to be challenging. But outside of that, outside of like the general craziness of what's going on in the world, I'm doing pretty good. You know, my projects are proceeding. I've got a lot of creative energy. I've got a lot of things I'd like to get in progress that aren't currently in progress. We'll see how that goes. Can finally type. Blur, was your computer keyboard not working? I wish I could make all the bullshit go away for everyone. Same, Carly. Like, honestly, same. It feels like one of the most exhausting things I feel about this whole situation, and obviously we won't go too deeply into this, but Bart is here! Bart, I was just showing off the puzzle that you gave me because I might do it next week. I'm hoping I get a chance to do it. I'm gonna do a 1,000 piece puzzle first, and then I should hopefully have time to do your octopus puzzle as well. I don't know if you heard that part, so now you've heard that part. But one of the most challenging things about this whole situation is feeling like it doesn't make sense. I don't understand why this is happening or who thinks it's a good idea. It feels like children are running the world and the adults are just sitting in the background being like, yeah, I don't know. You know? They've grown up. They've gone to the White House. This is life now. Okay. I was on mobile for a bit, just got on my computer. Yeah, I don't like to chat. I don't like the Twitch mobile app in general. It's a bit of a pain. I got ya. I'm sure I will love it, Bard. I'm really looking forward to giving it a try. If I don't get to it next week, I'll probably do it in the summer, but I think I will probably... I'm like such a puzzle devouring machine. I'm sure I'm gonna get to it. Yeah, and so finally, at the beginning of this week, Ghost Pepper came home one afternoon, and I was like, am I dumb? Because everything I'm reading and everything I know about, like... Granted, I don't know a ton about economics. I'm not an economist. My eyes go cross whenever, like, Ghost Pepper teaches economics in school. So whenever he talks about it, my eyes just kind of glaze, and I'm just like, I don't understand it. But everything that I've read and everything that I do understand indicates to me that this is a terrible idea. That everything that's happening is just bad for America. So finally I was like, am I dumb? Am I missing something? Is there like some secret thing that I don't understand? And he was like, no. He's like, everything that you've said is correct. And I was like... I am going to ask that we don't really get into the politics in the chat here. I'm being sort of vague, specifically on purpose. But he was like, no, you're not dumb. That's accurate. So I've just felt really confused throughout this whole ordeal because to me it has been senseless and made no sense. But I'm being told by people smarter than me that it doesn't make sense. No, Peter, it's okay. I started the conversation. I just don't want to go... I don't want to take us too deeply down that rabbit hole, right? I don't want anyone to feel like this isn't a safe space, because this is a haven from that kind of stuff, and, you know, this is a place where we can all chill vibe, and I want it to stay that. I just want y'all to know that I've spent a lot of time being like, I feel really dumb. And a smart person told me that I'm not dumb, that that's just that what is happening is big dumb. And so if you, like me, are looking at headlines or hearing about what's happening and being like, I don't, does not compute, what hell, you're not alone. I've been in that place too, and apparently everyone is in that place because that's the place that we just kind of live right now. Um, and also, Rai, I see you slipping in the back there. So that stuff has been a bit of a mind fuck, not gonna lie. But outside of that stuff, I've been doing really good. I got a lot of projects moving forward. We're finishing up the prompt novel, and I talked about past blog projects. I'm here for this, and now I go to make spinach pasta at my parents'. They're so lucky. That sounds delicious. Thank you for the 5-stream streak, Rai. Please adopt me. I will adopt as many of you as I possibly can. Seriously. That goes to all of you. Yeah, so after we finish the prompt novel, which we just got done talking about, the project that I am going to be doing for this year for my blog is going to be the My Little Dahmerin fanfic. Much happier topic that we can discuss. You guys unlocked it during the fundraiser. I have to do the final calculations because there's still been some subs gifted and everything these past few months, which will count towards the final total. So I'm not entirely sure if we hit the secret extra goal, but you did unlock the top tier goal, which is the My Little Dahmerin fanfic, where we're going to take my grumpy little elf son down there in the corner and we're going to turn him into a pony, a la My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. Rai, don't forget to tell me about your pony for the story. We're gonna write a whole ass story about him. So there's gonna be a plot, and there's gonna be subplots, and there's gonna be characters that you guys have donated. Bard and Carly also have ponies. And Bruce, if Bruce is at all out there, in Lurkland, Bruce has like an army of ponies. So does Bard. So that's what the new project is going to be. Having talked about the old blog projects, that's what the new project is going to be. I'm going to do, probably we're going to have one stream where I'm going to do like a really rough outline and just sort of get my my ideas onto the page, because I am going for like an at least novella plot here. And I did promise that I would leave it open for a sequel so that the next time we do a fundraiser, you guys can unlock a sequel. So I won't show that on stream because it'll have spoilers, but once we get into writing the actual fic, I will I'll rearrange my screen so that you guys can see my words again. And we'll have words on screen. So you guys will get to see that whole lovely process, and then that will go up for free on my blog. So yeah, I'm excited. In terms of creativity and general life stuff, I'm doing pretty good. But I'm with you guys in the what the fuck wagon. I think we're all in the what the fuck wagon. I had one day of feeling decentish, and now I feel awful again. No, Bard, I'm so sorry. I only slept like 2 hours last night, but bright side, I finished all of my homework for the quarter, so I'm probably just going to pass out as soon as I clock out today. I hope you get some good rest, Bard. You deserve to feel decent. A whole ass story, Peter. Bruce is dancing at the Pink Pony Club. Bruce and Bard between them can basically have an army of ponies if they want. I just wanted the people to know I was like, yeah, I got your back because this whole thing is ridiculous. Peter, we got you. It is a big, exhausting hole. That is what it is. I did read what you said, Peter, and I do approve and appreciate. Excuse why? Oh, what Rai said. I just spent... What?! Okay. There was an extra 0 in there. Right. Some of us were worried. When I saw Carly say "excuse why," I was like, "What?" And then my eyes slowly scrolled up, and I was like, "Right, no. Why?" I know you like the bourbon, but why? I don't know what my body's doing, but I'm not a fan. Bard, if I could get you an upgrade, I would. I feel like we need to put a call out to science. Certain parts of bodies need upgrades. Patch, please. I can count on one hand the number of times I've had $4,000 to my name. I'm trying to think of all of the things. Like, for $4,000, you could buy a ticket to a cruise. A cheap one, a short one, but still. Ryathan, you nearly got 5150'd. Bardstown does this Discovery series over the last 5 years, and the first bottle is very rare and expensive. I see. Hey, Clindy, man, how's it going? Oh my goodness. Went to the high-end store in Georgetown and saw someone buy an 18K bottle. You could buy, like, 2 cars for that price. You could buy at least 1 car for that price. A brand new car. You could buy at least 1 brand new car for that price, or 2 used ones. I hope they dropped it on the way back to the car. I hope not. That would be horrific. That would be horrific. Oh my goodness. You couldn't buy an atom of Carly for that price because she's priceless. That's true. Carly is the best of us. Carly is the best of us. Oh my goodness. So yeah, thank goodness. I can't believe I'm about to say this. Thank goodness you only paid $400 for the bourbon and not $4,000. There's a sentence I never thought I'd say. Thank goodness you only spent $400 on the bourbon. It was a Kentucky Tornado Survivor bottle. Interesting. Is that like... Was there a tornado that it survived? Is that why it's called that? Alright. Let's... I think we hung out at the, bay window yesterday. We could also, if we are sick of that cityscape, there's also this cityscape and this one, which have a little bit of greenery going on in the distance. So we have those options. Or we can stick with, if we like the big city, have been feeling the big city vibe. I do like that. That feels pretty cozy, not gonna lie. It's cool to switch the backgrounds and see like what the different settings, like the different locations and the different settings give you. I do gotta say that I be digging the night vibe at the moment. We have our kitty cat out. We can hang out with someone else if we want. Sending Carly $4. If someone gave me $4, I would probably do whatever they wanted. I mean, I would give you way more than $4. I read that as Kentucky Tomato, and I was excited for tomato-flavored whiskey. I don't know that that would be any good. It destroyed several rick houses across a couple distilleries, and they bottled the barrels that survived. Oh! There was something similar that happened here. Not whiskey. I'll tell you in a minute. Especially if it involves violence, I'm always ready to throw hands. Heck yeah. Peter, I love you, and you are worth it. Angel Faye, hello. How's it going? Let's pick what spirit we want to hang out with. Who we want to hang out with today. I don't think we've hung out with this boy for a while. So he's got a wintry skin. I always like this one. The card one. And then there's also, this is another wintry one. But I do like the card one. Makes me think of Alice in Wonderland. And since we promised pens, we promised Terran pens. There we go. A pen. Mochi wants the pink one. You know what? You got it. Mochi wants the pink one. Got the pink one for Mochi. Carly has VIP access to all areas 24/7. All good. Left my daughter watching Winnie the Pooh and Friends. Oh, Winnie the Pooh is my favorite. I love Winnie the Pooh. Carly's body hurts after a workout today. You did a mega workout today, my friend. I need to get back on the workout wagon. I just want hugs and forehead kisses. Do I need to pay $4 for each? Yeah, I'll give you those for free too, Bard. Unlimited supply. So I promised a story. This will be the last story before we actually start productivity. So there's a place in town here that does a lot of sound related things with their wine. They actually used to have a band that would practice in the area where they were distilling their wines, and they noticed that the barrels that were closer to where the band would do their practice the sediment had like settled differently. So they actually do a bunch of sound related things. They play music to their wine. And one year they had, there was a late frost. So what happened was they had already harvested and started a batch of their wine, and there was a late frost, and the barrel that it was in, the like trough that it was in, because they were doing an organic thing, I think. So the place where the wine was being stored essentially was still outside, and it froze. And so they thought that they were going to lose this entire batch of wine. And what happened was that they were able to salvage, not the whole thing, because some of it did freeze, and the part that froze, they weren't necessarily able to salvage. But there was some left that didn't end up freezing that they were able to turn into a batch of wine, and they called it the Grateful Vine, because they were grateful that they were able to salvage it. And so every time you bought a bottle of that wine, you would get another one. It was basically a buy one, get one free. So when Flutter and her husband were visiting one time, we went halfsies and we each got a bottle of it. And Ghost and I actually haven't drunk ours yet. I don't know what we're saving it for, but we actually still have it. But they never made that wine again because they would never be able to replicate the process. But it was a very interesting story behind that wine. While Megan sits in a chair in the corner and blows air kisses. Air kisses for all. I should make that a redeem. Air kisses. Digital hugs, my friends. Digital hugs. I'm hugging you. I need to be productive too, Carly. I think I told you I re-downloaded Hinge the night before last in a moment of desperation. It took less than 24 hours for me to regret that decision. Have you undownloaded it again? Have you deleted it again? I tried a dating app called Boo. Literally zero. I'm not even being dramatic. I've never even heard of that. Although I hadn't heard of Hinge until Bard told me about it either. Carly, I love you, you dumb bitch. All the love. All right, let's make our document. The animations are going to freeze for just a minute here while I get Office opened. Should be good to go. All right. Save as. Prompt novel. Last chapter. The very last one. And there is actually a prompt. I keep referring to this as the final chapter of the prompt. I've never said what the prompt is. The prompt is, one character thinks their relationship is a fling, the other thinks it's destiny. And so that is where we're going to be ending this epic journey of this crazy story that we've written. Is with two characters a little at odds about their relationship. So that's what we're gonna do. I am gonna take my quick cheeky break that I always do right before we finally start being productive. Let's set up the timers first. We're gonna do 30 minutes. We'll do 20-minute breaks today. It's Thursday. We're only gonna do 2 writing sprints because that might be enough to finish us off. And if I don't finish it in the 2, we'll probably do a quick 20-minute at the end because I usually don't need 3 to wrap us up. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So I'm going to take my quick washroom break. I'm going to wash a room just for Carly. And then when I get back, we're going to have clicky clackies going on. And I hope you all will join me and stick around. So I'll see you in a minute. Take care of yourself. I hope to see you later. Desiree, how's it going? Finding my way back to productivity. Hope you have a productive stream. Thank you. Heck yeah. Good luck being productive as well. We got a little sidetracked this morning, but that's okay. Thursday is a day for getting sidetracked. Think we got it working. Had to steal my husband's headset. Hey, I'm just glad to hear you may have gotten it working, Taryn. I know you've been chipping away at these sound issues for a while. Also, we put the writing animation on for you, Taryn, so that we'd have a pen. A digital pen, but a pen. No, wait, Bart, I wanted to tell you I have emotionally difficulties and can't love you, but I'm very fond of you. You wanted to shoot today's entire episode of the soap opera, Peter? We got a little pink bird for Mochi. We got a pen for Taryn. We got a timer for productivity. I think we're ready to go. I'm debating back and forth between a couple of first sentences, so I think we're just going to dig in and see which first sentence comes out of my brain first. When Bart and Carly wedding, and who's in the wedding party along with me? Peter is the entire wedding party. The best man, I almost said the first maid. That's not what it's called. The best man, the maid of honor, the ring bearer, the flower girl, all Peter. The officiant, that's not... That's not a word! Don't click that! Woof hello. Woof hello. I think Peter would make a fantastic flower girl too. And a great first maid, whatever that is. Woof, how's it going, my dear? How are you? Oh my goodness. Oh, you miss me being a total goober. Is it hybrid working day today? Are you home from the office? Are you free of meetings? Let us know. I'm going to start the timer. I'm going to turn it up just a little bit and start the timer. I always forget how to spell this character's name. I should know better by now. You're an ordained minister of the Universal Life Church. That means you can officiate the ceremony. See, Peter is all the positions in the wedding party. It's funny that you say you wanted to do a wedding on a live show because Joe said he wants to do that too. Joe's like, I want to get ordained and then have people on stream so I can marry them. Hey, Banana Bear Gamer! Just here looking because even though it's 8:30, the Spanish higher-ups decided to have a last-minute meeting because we're being audited. Good luck in the meeting, Banana Bear. We appreciate you. That does sound like something Joe would do. Yeah, he was very excited about it for at least 10 minutes. What you up to today, my friends? Joe! Peter was just talking about how he wanted to marry someone live on the air. And I said, what a coincidence. Joe wants to marry someone live on the air. So Peter would like to marry you to Bootleg Pikachu, and maybe you could marry Peter to someone at the same time. You could do a joint wedding ceremony official thing together. A joint venture. Everyone gets what they want. Joe gets to marry someone. Peter gets to marry someone. An Uno reverse wedding. There you go. It's perfect for everyone. And we already know that for the reception, Joe would like to hire his friends to baby bird popcorn down the guests' throats. So it's already basically planned. The planning has already been done. You just gotta sign the documentation. I mean, hey, if it's your wedding reception, Joe, you can do whatever you want. It's your party, you can baby bird if you want to. Joe, how you doing today? How's it going? How late were you up doing the Zenless Zone Zeroes story? I think you were still going when I popped off to go to bed. Divorce stream will immediately follow the wedding stream. I think if the wedding isn't consummated, it's not a divorce, it's an annulment. An annulment is like saying this marriage never actually happened. Um and then a divorce is like this marriage happened but we're dissolving it. Oh, 3:30. So you were only up like about a half an hour after I went to bed. Wow, Carly, that sounds awful. Also, I assumed that the baby birding would be consensual. Is the chat in slow mode? I did not turn that on. Okay. I just have a little thing that says information slow mode on OBS, but I didn't want slow mode to be on. So if as long as it's not on, that's fine. Maybe that's just there to let me know that I can turn it on. I tackled him to the ground and started choking him out. Oh no! I mean, it sounds like he kind of deserved it. I maybe shouldn't laugh at that, but it sounds like he got what he deserved. I want you guys to be yappy. You guys be as yappy as you want to be. He had the cops called on him several times. That's did he have not great parents? Cuz that's a parenting issue right there. Joe, what you up to today, my friends? How's it going? Hey, Writers Troop, we will see you soon. Hope your stream is going well. Just woke up and chose chaos. I feel like that's what happens every morning in the Joe household. It's the Chili family motto. That and boiled chaos and boiled butter is your motto? That's your family motto? Question mark? Question mark? Question mark? Granny chili can't taste anything, like at all? That must make it really hard to eat. Hello, Janine. How's it going, my friend? Let me pause the timer for 1 second while I finish this sentence. All right. That is 1,379 words in this scene. Started out a bit rough, but I think it is getting to where I wanted it to go. These characters just did not take the direct route to where I thought they would go. But it's working out. It's getting there. This might not be a super long chapter, but it's really just our wrap up for the prompt novel anyway, so... She claims she hasn't been able to for a couple years, but she's extremely anti-doctor, so we'll probably never know why. I mean, there are a couple of reasons that can happen. It could be, I mean, people are sitting on their butts, so technically there's a butt in it. It could be smell related. I know, at least one person, I won't say who in case they don't want me to, but I know at least one person who... has a medical condition where they can't smell very well, and a vast majority of taste is actually smell. So if she can't smell very well, then she might not be able to taste very well. Also, if you are, like, if your mouth isn't hydrating properly, if you're, like, dehydrated, if your tongue is dehydrated, then that can affect your sense of taste. That happened to me when I was taking my thyroid medication. I started to get really dry in the mouth. In fact, I started chewing gum for a while because that helps. It helps you generate saliva more easily. And during that time, I did have trouble with certain types of taste. Like my taste palette was muted. I'm not a doctor, by the way. I'm not trying to, like, web analyze your grandma or anything, but there's a couple of things that it could be related to. Smell is what happens when farts get excited. Not wrong. Dr. Megan to the OR. Hurry hard. We'll have no flaccid running on this curling rink. Save your work, everybody. Hit those save buttons. Save your work. I'm going to save the hydrate because I'm going to take a quick break here in a second, and I will do the hydrate when we get some hot coffee. Hurry hard, Dr. Megan. We need you in the OR. How did we get the crossover between curling and ER? The emergency room is located in the curling rink. Oh my goodness. Dr. Megan rushing to save our lives from an overdose of love for each other. Need some hot cocoa, need some warm blankets. The emergency room was located in the balls. There are no balls in curling, Peter. Just rocks. Just stones. Let's see. Realizing that editors can be much nicer than peer critique at times. I mean, there's a big, big difference between peer critique and an editor. Like, when you're doing beta reading or when you're doing critique or feedback for a fellow writer, you're basically just giving your opinion. Editors aren't necessarily giving you their opinion. They are doing a deep analysis of what you've written and what's on the page, and like they're looking at it from a professional point of view, and a mechanical grammatical point of view. And so their feedback is going to be a lot more nuanced and a lot less personal than a critique. So that's what you're paying them for. That's what you're paying for. Your signature dish is boiled butter? Do you put the glizzies in the boiled butter? Just catching up on some of the stuff I missed. It's only a matter of time until Bart and Carly get married. The longer they delay the inevitable, the longer we have to save money and make it to the wedding. I thought they were already married. I'm pretty sure they eloped. I always thought that peer critique was honest and nice and editors were mean. I mean, peer critique is based on the peer, right? The person doing a critique, the person offering you feedback is going to do it according to their style of doing it. So it's a mixed bag. I think a lot of people misunderstand what critique is also supposed to be. Critique isn't necessarily... critique isn't necessarily saying this is good, this is bad. Critique should be about like saying this is how I felt when I read this portion of the book. This was what it evoked for me, or this is what I wanted it to evoke for me, but it didn't quite, sort of thing. It's more of a personal feedback thing. Editors can come off as cold and clinical because, again, they're just looking at it from a professional perspective. They're not necessarily giving you a personal, emotional, like, temperature of what they feel. But sometimes it can be preferable to get what the editor is giving you because you want that mechanical perspective. Gotta walk over to the library. Carly, thanks for hanging out. Hope we see you soon. Walk safely. Critiquers shouldn't be making demands. Even editors shouldn't be making demands. Even editors should only give suggestions. Nobody should be making demands of you as part of feedback. It represents a entitlement that is frankly just rude. That make a kind of fried glizzy? Well, yeah, but that's why he said boiled butter. No, not just boiled butter. It's like so you just eat the butter, there's nothing in it? You just boil butter and drink it? That sounds terrible to me as a lactose intolerant person. Add butter. I don't know if Taryn knows about the add butter thing. I demand that you put a pie somewhere in this book. It's a tall order because there's not much of this book left, but I'll try. Pie. I'll try. I don't know if Taryn has seen the add butter video. I might have to send that after stream. Alright, I'm going to take a quick break because we know that Writer's Troop is going to be coming along soon, and we got hydrates on the board. I want to do those hydrates with some hot coffee. Is that the add butter video, Pie? There you go. Add butter. I'm going to take a quick break. I will be right back. Don't forget to get up, move around, grab yourself something to eat, to drink. Take your meds if you need to take your meds. Check if you've taken your meds. Move the position you're sitting in. Stretch a little bit. Take care of this meat sack you're driving through the world. And I will be right back to do my hydrations and continue this conversation. All right, I'm back. We've got a hydrate from Blur and a hydrate from Pi. Heck yeah. A 1. A 2. I used a Streamloots card to add a add butter sound to Joe's stream. Add butter. I also grabbed the puzzle that I'm going to do next week. So I already showed off the one that Bard got for me. But this is the one that I'm going to do first. Odd Pieces Beyond the Kelp. And so the idea is it comes with a little comic. Oh yeah, Joe, you'll be happy to know we're having glizzies for dinner tonight. I thought you might be pleased. Barbecued glizzies. So this is the poster that it gives. This is the poster that it gives. So this is the image, but it's 30 seconds before what I'll actually be putting together. I don't know if I can get it in there so you can see it. Writer's Strip is here! Heck yeah, your timing was perfect because I just got back. Welcome in, Raiders. So I'm just showing off the, hey, it doesn't matter the size. All that matters is that you're here. I know I have a bad habit of going, like, to break right as you're raiding. So yeah, this is the puzzle that I'm gonna do next week, and I don't know how, like, much detail you guys can see on the small camera, but the idea is that, like, this picture is 30 seconds before the puzzle that I'll put together, so the puzzle I'll put together is slightly different. And also, this guy up in the corner is the guy that we decided was Joe, up here on the seahorse. That's Jade Chili right there. So I'm looking forward to this. This was a gift from a friend, and it has a little comic that comes with it. So it's like, this is the story of Beyond the Kelp, and the very first, thing in the comic is the guy we decided was Joe. And it says, somewhat to control it all. And that's the guy we decided is Joe. So it's interesting. So it's basically, the comic is like a little group of things that's happening. And then that will, like, explain what is in the puzzle that we end up putting together. There's even, like, a checklist of things to find as well. So there's, like, a little card where it's like, look for these things. So I'm excited. I'm excited to do it. Jack sign, hello, welcome in. We're gonna be co-writing here again as soon as this white timer gets back around and turns green. Heck yeah. There'll be many clicky clackies. So yeah, that's my project for next week, because I'm taking a break from writing. How is everybody? Angel, hello. Yeah, this is a puzzle that was on my wish list, and a friend of mine didn't know that and bought it for me anyway. So it worked out perfectly. And it's a puzzle company called Odd Pieces, which I've not tried before, but that's, like, the conceit of their puzzles, is that, like, the picture that you see is, like, 30 seconds behind the one that you actually build. Which one is Peter? Peter, which one do you want to be? He's an axolotl. I know, right? And he's riding a little seahorse. Peter, you could be this guy down here who's holding the flowers. If you wanted to be. We gotta hydrate. Thank you, Writer's Troop, for the hydrate. Or do you prefer if I call you by your Twitch name, or if I call you by Vanessa? Let me know. Let me know. Just make sure I didn't miss anybody. I desire and wish to be Flower Boy. Yeah, there's a picture of him in the comic too. He's waiting for somebody. Here's our little flower boy. I just like to offer my actual name for people who want to use it. Heck yeah. I get that a lot too. People are like, do you want to be Megan or Striker? And I'm like, I answer to both. Whatever you can remember. Flower Boy do be looking stressed because he's waiting for somebody, I think. Oh, and there's a painter boy who's painting the jellyfish. It's so interesting. I haven't really looked at it a ton yet. And I think this is supposed to be like an art class happening. It's really cool. I'm looking forward to digging into it. Because one thing is when you do a puzzle, you end up spending a lot of time looking at what's going on in it, and I guess I'll be spending even more time looking at this one because it won't be exactly the same. So I'm excited to try it out. It's also a great name, but people spell it wrong all the time. People tend to spell my name wrong too because a lot of Megans have an H in it. Mine doesn't. So I'm sorry to hear that people often spell it wrong. But it's a beautiful name. Megan also has a name. I do have a name. Venn diagram. I don't know how much overlap there would be in that Venn diagram, but so yeah, we are finishing up the prompt novel today, and the prompt that we are doing is one character thinks their relationship is a fling, and the other thinks it's destiny. My mom and dad had a battle over my name, and Vanessa was the compromise. Oh, interesting. Our French Megans have an E at the end, so I would have spelled it wrong. Oh, I didn't even know that one. I didn't even know that variation. Mine is the Welsh version of the name. So like the Welsh spelling. Megan's name, Vanessa's name, my name, all names. Just circles. And then a giant circle around them. I guess that would be a Venn diagram. Oh, see, that looks really pretty. That looks like a really pretty version of Megan. I've never seen it spelled that way before. Thank you for sharing that. My name means earth. Nice. My name means pearl, I believe, actually. Which is funny because pearl is also my birthstone. I don't know that that was an intentional decision on my mother's part, but June birthstone is Pearl, and my name means pearl. Renault made a car called the Megan. Interesting. I'm named after 3 saints who returned from heaven to disassociate themselves from me legally. Can I take a second to vent about the book I started to read today? Heck yeah, Banana Bear, go for it. My name means grace, but it's not grace. Yeah. Some names don't even have meanings. But, I don't even know if my mother knew what my name meant when she picked it. Also, .jacksign, thank you for the follow. Sorry, I missed thanking you. I assume Grace is your last name because everyone with the name Grace has the first name. Amazing. I don't know if that's how that works, Peter. How did you know? If you've ever, 1, been to Scotland, or 2, randomly seen a firefighter funeral in America, you'll know. I mean, I'm familiar with Amazing Grace. How sweet the sound. Peter P. stalking people. Peter does a lot of coverage, I think, of a lot of things, so Peter knows. I'm waiting for Banana Bear Gamer's rant to pop up. We legally have to keep track of all things, both amazing and Grace. Spider-Man owes us a lot of money. My mom definitely did not. She didn't have a girl name picked, and as they were wheeling her out of her hospital room to take her to delivery, she saw Taryn Lay in the credits of a movie she was watching, and now here I am. Oh, interesting. I don't know what my name was supposed to be if I was going to be a boy. I think my mom did have a name picked out, but I don't know what it was. It's a really cool premise. Futuristic sci-fi where people are separated in tiers for genetic breeding, which is really cool. But the author, which I totally respect, decided to go the romance route when it could be such a cool idea for political and social commentary, and I'm so disappointed. I really like when my fiction is really fuck the government. I mean, it could still be, it could still do the social commentary and the romance at the same time, question mark. I don't so much mind romance in my, like, sci-fi and stuff, but I hope it still has the depth of, like, all the other stuff in it. You're welcome to come to France to eat, my guy. My boy name was supposed to be Thomas. Ooh. It's one of those old respectable names. If I were a girl, I'd be called Elizabeth Victoria, and then later on, I became besties with Victoria. His middle name is Elizabeth. My middle name is also Elizabeth. I don't admit that very often because I hate it, but that is also my middle name. I got a creative vision, and I respect it. I mean, hopefully it'll still have the depth. I truly believe that a romance can still have all the depth of the other stuff. I would hope that it would have all the depth of the other stuff. But I know that not everybody really wants or enjoys romantic plots. I eat all the enemies of the besties. Got a lot of people to eat. Peter does have a lot of people to eat. I was supposed to be a Beatrice. Interesting. When I hear of Beatrice, I think of Dante. I don't have a middle name, just a first name and a last name. Ghost Pepper actually has 2 middle names. I won't say them because I don't think he wants me to say them. But he actually has 2 middle names, which feels excessive to me. 1 middle name is already too many. All right, I am going to unleash the timer so that we can get more clicky clackies in. It's always interesting to hear the meaning behind people's names and the logic behind which they were chosen, though. I appreciate that. My grandma has 3 middle names. That's so many. I have heard that in welcome back, Carly, by the way. I have heard that the Spanish tradition is for people to have a lot of names. Because the end of the war apparently meant giving her 3 middle names. Oh, interesting. Was it like to celebrate the end of the war, she was given an extra middle name? Or 2? I have 2 middle names. One of them I don't acknowledge and I've considered changing it. That's kind of how it is for Ghost Pepper. He has 2 middle names, but there's one he prefers over the other. So when asked his middle name, he'll say that one, but he actually has 2. Got the name Bernardo, and people bullied me all my life saying I'm like the dog. What? But Bernardo is such a cool name. I also have a single middle name. Her first name, and then she's called France Victoire Desiree. France Victory desired, basically. Oh, I see, I see. Interesting. Where did I stop? The sun is suddenly much brighter than it was when I opened my blind, and I'm getting a little bit. I might need to adjust my blind a little bit here. The sun is bouncing off the snow, and it's suddenly very bright. It was very gray when I opened the curtains this morning. Bruce, how's it going, my friend? Good to see you. This is my reminder to you to let me know which ponies you want to put in the My Little Domerin fanfic, because you basically have an army of ponies at your disposal. And we hope you're doing well as well, Bruce. Need to take off. Thanks so much for being here. Hope you have a great rest of your stream and everyone gets the stuff done they need to. Writer Stream, thank you so much for hanging out, for rating. Appreciate the heck out of you. I feel bad that you always end before I do, so I almost never get to raid you in return. But it's always great to see you. I hope you have a fabulous rest of your day and weekend, since I won't see you again until next week. I don't know where to start with these ponies. I hope you're ready for the eldritch horrors I may create. Throw it at me. And also remember, Bruce, if you want to gift a pony to someone else in the community, you may do that as well, so that you don't have to come up with. You also don't have to use them all, but you can do whatever you want. It's totally up to you. Do you have an exact count on my pony menagerie? I can give you one at the break, Bruce Campbell Soup. I can give you one at the break. But I think it's at least 12. I think it's at least in the area of a dozen. Sorry, I made reference to a yawn, and it made me yawn. Oops. Bruce is here. Also, Carly, how was your walk to the library? How was the library? As Woof doesn't like it to be called. Not quite to the end of this scene, but the end of this chapter. I did start a new scene. So we finished one scene, we've started another one, and we're at 2,882 words for stream today and for this chapter. I think I have just a couple hundred more left. I'm very, very close to the end of this and wrapping this up, so I'm super excited about that. As anticipated, I don't think we'll need a full sprint. We might do a 15 or 20 minute sprint here at the end just to polish that off. Was good. It's hot outside though and a little moist. It is moist here, but very cold. I had to close my blind a little bit because the sun is bouncing off the snow and giving me a headache. Bruce, are you still here? Give me a shout out so that I know, so that I can potentially give you a count on your ponies. Otherwise, I will send that to the Discord. Don't make me giggle. I have a toddler sleeping. Just reading through what everyone talked about while I was tippy-tap typing. Moist. Carlito Burrito returning to us from Librarium. Heck yeah. So I think... Hang on. It was $25 for a pony. So Carly has 3 ponies. I did, yes, Peter. I did, and I saw Banana Bear's reaction. And then Bruce has... Oh my god. Bruce has 19 ponies. Oh boy. Yes. Bruce has 19, up to 19 ponies. So Bart also has 12. So I believe I have caught people up, at least the people who have visited stream here today. Rai also has a pony as well. So there we go. And I might have to... I have to do some tallying because I believe Rakiz dropped 5 community subs on us the other day. So Rakiz, I don't know if you are lurking, but you also have a pony. Rakiz also has a pony. And I have to search back through and make sure all of my calculations are up to date. I bequeath 1 pony to Peter. Peter! You have a pony. You can let me know what pony you would like to contribute to the fic, to the My Little Domerin fanfic. I do know that Taryn also wanted a pony, but I don't know that she was ever able to purchase one. So, but yes, y'all know who the pony people are in case you want to, I don't know, make a deal for a pony. Ponies are about to become a hot commodity. But yes, we have that taken care of. Do we just get the pony? Because I assume the pony has a pee hole. You get to essentially make a pony, that you would like to have appear in the My Little Domerin fanfic. So, I can't promise that there'll be more than cameos. It depends on how many ponies we get submitted. But if we have a, thing that needs done by a pony, then we will draw from the pool of ponies. Oh, fuck me. Sorry, that was a test of the emergency broadcast system. Or no, it wasn't. That wasn't a test. That was an Amber Alert. Need to read this for a hot second. That was an Amber Alert. That was, that's the sound that it makes. It's the same as the emergency broadcast system, so I thought it was a test. Amber Alert issued by the Vancouver Police Department. Jesus. All right. I don't know that I will need to be aware of those details, but I do like to read the Amber Alerts just in case. Sorry about that, you guys. That was, that is what horrible sound my phone makes when there's an Amber Alert. It looks a lot like my apartment. We are alive. That is very true. Snacks, everybody. Bruce would like you to have snacks. Snacks. Get some snacks. You deserve some snacks after that fright. I'm glad that did not happen during the sprint, but, also wanted to get a pony as well, but I was unable to donate. Blur. It's okay. We appreciate you being here. You know who the pony people are, so you might be able to make a deal. I might be able to make a deal with somebody to get a pony. Because now you know who the pony people are. Bruce bequeaths one pony to Blur the Fluffy Cheetah. Bruce, you're amazing. I feel like Bruce is just like, hey, it's one less pony I need to come up with. I also like, what are your plans with the pony, Peter? We got a save alert. Everybody save your work. Remember to save. I'm hitting my save button right now. And we got 2 hydrates and a stretch on the board. So what we're going to do is we're going to stretch right now. Gonna take a quick break so that I can use the restroom, reheat my coffee. We will do the hydrates when I get back, and then we will do a final, I think just 15 minutes of sprinting here to finish off this scene and wrap up for the day, because I gotta put some macaroni and cheese in my crock pot today, because we're having barbecued Ulysses and mac and cheese for dinner tonight. It is lactose-free cheese for everyone who's like, wait a minute, Megan, how are you eating mac and cheese? You are lactose intolerant, or lactose, as our friend Joe likes to say. It's lactose-free cheese. It also lactose. Keel, hello. I meant to ask you, Keel, is that the way you prefer to be addressed? Because I noticed that your name in Discord is different. So if you have a different nickname that you prefer, let me know so I know what to call you. Also, hi! I do not like all these gambling ads. Oh no! I'm sorry that it gave you gambling ads. I don't like gambling either. It is... Honestly, Lactose free you do have to be careful with because they don't get all the lactose out. It's just like 75% less lactose, so I still take a pill with it, but it won't murder me. Key is what normally gets cut to. Key it is then. How many words will Megan write today? Bet now on DraftKings. It depends on what I'm working on the day. I'm actually not planning to do writing this afternoon after stream. I'm planning to do some formatting stuff today. So what we do on stream today will be my total word count for the day. Key, how's it going? It's good to see you. We are just about to do a quick break so that I can pop out to the restroom. But let me know how you're doing. I'll catch up when I get back. Our phones make the same noise. The UK government did a test a few months ago, and people shit themselves like the government is watching us. And I'm like, you're not that interesting. Yeah, we get tested twice a year. They do now, and I hate it. So I was like, oh, it's a test, but it wasn't. It was actually an Amber Alert. It looks like it was pretty far from our area, but they send them to a wide, like they send them out pretty wide just in case. And it did say the last time that the suspect was seen was 10:30 a.m. and it's now 1:13 p.m. So I'm assuming that's one of the reasons why they sent it to such a broad area. I don't complain about Amber Alerts because they work. And for anyone who doesn't know, I'm pretty sure it's the same. You probably use the same term in the UK, but an Amber Alert means that a child has been kidnapped and they are looking for the person who has done that. So I don't generally complain about Amber Alerts because they're usually very, very effective for the authorities and for the families involved. So sucks that it made that sound, but very important reason for it to do that. I shall be right back, and we will finish this scene. mosaic. It's always odd when people get pissy about Amber Alerts. I know, right? Like, I'm not a fan of the tests because, I just hate them. But when it's an actual, like, Amber Alert or something, it's important because, clearly something's happened, the police can't handle it themselves, and the more eyes you have looking for that thing, I mean, it works. The last time we had an Amber Alert, they found the kids, and they found where they had been taken and who was holding them. So, and I believe in that case it was a mother that attempted to like kidnap her own children from the father. And so they were able to find where she had taken them and get them back where they were supposed to be. So, but some people do get uppity, and it's like, dude, it's an important tool for law enforcement in a dangerous situation. Got home from work, making dinner, cleaning some dishes. Heck yeah! I hope you had a good work day. There's a certain generation of gamers among us who played Modern Warfare 2, and that sound instantly makes us be like, uh-oh. I never played that game. Is that a sound in the game? I get a tornado siren and weather alert, which is similar to the EAS sound used in... Oh, interesting. Tornadoes, not something we have to worry about in our area. Apparently, it's impossible for tornadoes to form in this mountainous of a region. I didn't know that, but Ghost Pepper informed me. So, not something we gotta worry about. But it is important that we have a way of getting emergency alerts out to people. If it was an emergency, if it was your emergency, you wouldn't be upset to know about it. So don't be upset to know about other people's emergencies. This is all about working together. Thank you, Blur. And I believe we have 2 hydrates. We got one from Bruce. We got one from Blur. A 1. Almost inhaled that one. A 2. In Modern Warfare 2, it's used to tell people the U.S. has been invaded. Ah, and we've got a 3rd from Pi, not to be left out. Heck yeah. Let's, just for the last sprinty sprint, let's head over to our, fireplace and get nice and cozy. And let's hang out with a slightly different spirit. We don't hang out with this boy a lot, so let's hang out with this boy. He got his little music jams. Let's slim this down. We're gonna do 15 minutes because I believe that is all the clicky clacking that I shall require in order to finish clicking these clacks. Oh my goodness. I hope y'all are having a very productive day as well. Oh, I can tell that weather is happening because my sinuses are just like not chill at all today. The esteemed council would like information from the honorable member what they are having for lunch this afternoon. This afternoon, I am having a tuna and egg salad sandwich. What's tuna and egg salad, you ask? It's when I make egg salad, and then I take half of that egg salad and I make a sandwich out of it, and I take the other half of that egg salad and I save it, and then I make tuna salad. And I take that remaining egg salad and I put it into the tuna salad and I create this beautiful, gorgeous thing, tuna and egg salad. So I'm going to put that on a sandwich today. Toast. Absolutely delicious. And on the side, Tug salad sounds like something else, Peter. Or I guess it would be Teg salad. And I'm gonna have potato salad with that. I'm gonna have a nice little potato salad on the side. I'm feeling good about it. Feeling very happy. So now you know everything I'm eating for the rest of the day. Tuna and egg salad sandwich with potato salad for lunch, and barbecued glizzies and mac and cheese, lactose-free mac and cheese, for dinner tonight with the ghost pepper potato. Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew. I did think Teg, but immaturity took over me. Teg salad. So let's do this last 15 minutes of clickety-clacketying so that I can get to all the delicious food that I need to make / eat. I really enjoy making the mac and cheese in the crock pot because I don't have to worry about the cheese curdling. You just put it on a really low heat. It's like 2 cups of oat milk, and then I put 3 cups of penne pasta in there. First I put an egg. You put the 2 cups of oat milk and an egg, and you beat the egg in. And then you put in 3 cups of pasta, 2 cups of shredded cheese. You mix that all around on low heat, and you just let it soak everything up, and it's delicious. And you don't have to worry about the cheese curdling because you're doing it on a super, super low heat. Takes about 3 hours. Top notch. I put some garlic in there. Verily, forsooth, thine health was poor this weekend, so the majority of one's time was spent upon the crock pot. It's called a crock pot because of the big inner portion, the part that holds the heat, is a crock. It's because of the material that it's made of. That's the crock part of the crock pot. The big, like ceramic part of the crock pot. That's the crock, and you sit it on top of the part that the crock pot exactly. And you sit that on top of the heating element, and it is what holds and radiates the heat into the food. So back in the day, before electricity, you would have put that into the fire or put that into like the coals or atop of a bunch of heated rocks, and that's how you would have done the low, slow heat like that. Very similar to a Dutch oven. I hope this email finds you all crock no pot. So the prompt novel is basically, last year at the beginning of the year, I rolled a bunch of random writing prompts off of writing prompt websites, and I took them and turned them into a novel plot. And that is what the prompt novel is. And that is what we're wrapping up right now. All right. It is done. The prompt novel is finished. This final chapter is 3,669 words. That is 3,669 in 2 scenes. And I think it wraps up the plot that we put together pretty well. Again, when I started this, I had no idea if I was going to be able to make something coherent or if it was just going to be a mad tangle of random things that never came together. And I think for a slice of life novel with a little bit of magic thrown in, I think it does a pretty good job. If I was, I mentioned this at the beginning of stream, but if I was doing this as like a project of my own that I was planning to publish like on Amazon versus for free on my blog, I think I would definitely go back and change a few things. I think there's definitely some situations that should weigh with a little more gravity than they ended up having because they weren't planned ahead of time. And accounting for after the fact doesn't always work as well as building up and foreshadowing. But for something that I did off the cuff with no plan, based on fulfilling prompts, I think I did a pretty decent job. I would call it a successful experiment. I bet these could be considered an ASMR stream. The clicky clack part, probably. And people do say they enjoy the clicky clacks. So, if that's you, if you enjoy the clicky clacks, heck yeah. So yeah. A successful experiment. I don't know that I'm going to run out and repeat it. I don't know that I would ever do something like this again. I think if I was going to do a randomized novel plot, I think I would randomize the whole plot at the beginning instead of randomizing it chapter by chapter. I think I would pick like a random plot and be like, okay, this is the plot of the novel. Let's plan around that. I think I would do something like that versus something like this. But it was an interesting exercise. It definitely taught me a lot. And I did used to be a mega pantser. I did used to just sit down and write novels without really planning ahead. So this definitely spoke to the part of me that likes to just sit down and write something off the cuff and not necessarily know ahead of time where it's taking me. I definitely didn't know the end until very late in the process. Not entirely sure. I have mixed feelings about the conclusion that I ultimately chose for the novel plot, but given everything that was happening in the novel, it feels like it was the best solution, even if it wasn't necessarily the one I would have chosen if I had like picked the ending first. So again, interesting. It's an exercise in identifying what a story needs versus identifying what you want to put in the story. And it's definitely helped me grow as a writer, I think. I definitely think working with this form and according to this, again, very loose framework, has taught me some things that I didn't know before and definitely would not necessarily have tried before. And that's what these are all about. That's the whole point of doing these little prompts. So now that we've finished that, as I said, our very next thing, which will hopefully happen not next week, but the week after when I get back, is you guys unlocked the Chat Writes a Story writing prompts during the fundraiser. So what I'm going to do is I probably will set up an area in the Discord where people can make suggestions. Just in case people can't be here, because I know that not everyone who donated will be able to be here on the day. It's not quite going to be like Joe's Chat Writes a Story. So when Joe does a Chat Writes the Story, he lets chat write everything. He lets them pick every sentence, everything that's happening, and it gets pretty wild pretty quick. The way we're going to do it is slightly different. You guys are going to suggest characters, settings, events, things that you want to have in the story or things that you want the story to be about, and then I have to write the story. So you guys are basically making me the world's most convoluted prompt or series of prompts, and I will then write a story. So I'm going to make a place in the Discord where people can make suggestions, but we are also going to be on the day. Chat is going to be able to just throw out some characters, some situations, some events, whatever, and I'm basically going to just try to take all of it and turn it into some kind of coherent vignette. So, oh God might be the best reaction because I don't know what we're going to make. But it's going to be my challenge to turn your guys' desires into something I can post on my blog. So that's going to happen very soon. That was a bonus that you guys unlocked from the fundraiser. Make sure you come on the day, Autumn, and suggest it so that it gets in there. I'm gonna be probably prioritizing the ones that are in chat on the day, but I will have a place on the Discord set up just in case people they can't make it, so that I can draw some things from in there as well, so that our regulars and people who donated can make sure they get a chance to donate to that. So that's going to be happening. That's going to be our very next writing prompt. And then after that, after we do that, we're going to start the My Little Dahmerin fanfic, which you guys also unlocked during the fundraiser, which we've been talking about how many ponies people have. So that's going to be happening. If you want to purchase a pony for the My Little Dahmerin fanfic to appear, if you want to be able to suggest a pony to be in the My Little Dahmerin fanfic, you can still donate. It's $25 or 5 gift subs to get yourself a pony that you can put in the story, that you can describe to me and I will put in the story. That is until the first week of April. That is open. So any last donations there towards that, or if you can't afford a pony and you would like one, y'all know who the pony people are. So that's what we're going to be doing for writing prompts for the near future. The prompt novel is wrapped up and finished. Might talk about it in the future, but we won't be adding any more to it. And we're going to be moving on to the next fun little projects. that are just fun and silly to keep me fresh. I'm really looking forward to doing the My Little Dahmerin thing because it's going to be so off the cuff and so funny. And unlike anything that I'm doing elsewhere with my other projects, which are pretty serious. So it should be a fun mix of trying to create a serious story, but in a funny and comical and cartoony way. So that's what you guys have to look forward to from me. Let's see who is around that we can raid. Woof is streaming? What? So we could go over and he's playing Guild Wars, so he's not productivity streaming, but we could go drop in on Woof. That is an option. We do got a couple of productivity streamers that we can raid as well. Yeah, if we wanna raid Woof, we can head over to Woof. I almost never get to raid Woof because he almost never streams at this time of day. So we can absolutely do that. So, as for me, this is my last stream for this week. I will be taking next week off of writing, so there won't be any clicky clackies next week. We will be having a craft stream next week. Not the bonus craft stream, just a regular I'm on break craft stream. And we will be doing the wine and wind down bonus stream that you guys voted for as part of our unlocks from November, from how many words I wrote. So we will be having one bonus stream next week. It will not be in the morning. It will be in the afternoon. I'm not going to drink wine at 10:30 in the morning. So I will be doing that next week. So we will have 2 streams at least. There will hopefully be a schedule that goes out on Sunday. So keep an eye on the Discord. Because it's going to be quite a bit less formal. And then the next week after that, we'll be back to the regular 3 times a week clicky clackies and whatnot. And that's hopefully when y'all are going to be telling me what story you want me to write. So that's going to happen. I will also be over on It's Swift's channel, the channel that we are just about to raid here in a moment, on Saturday night. For Cozy Chaos. I will definitely be there on Saturday. We did do it on Friday last week because I wasn't feeling well. But we will definitely be doing it this Saturday and next Saturday, as far as I'm aware. So if you're looking for more of me, that's where you can find me. Just finished my music studying and now I'm going to go practice. Heck yeah, Carly. Good luck. And thank you for hanging out today. Appreciate having you around. Thank you to everybody who hung out today. I love you guys all. I'm so happy to see you, and I hope you have a very, very productive day. Sorry again about the loud siren, but it is what it is when these things happen. So, yeah, you guys are amazing. I know I say this every time, but I mean it every time. I appreciate the heck out of you coming to see me. We're going to drop in on Wolf, even though he is not doing productivity because he's a good friend. And we love to drop in on good friends and support them. And also, this is where I'm going to be on Saturday night, so now you'll know where to find me. Take care of yourselves, you guys. Remember to eat, to sleep, to drink, to take your medication if you need to take your medication. Move around from time to time. Get up and stretch. These bodies that we have don't come with manuals, but you gotta take care of them. I hope to see you all again very soon. I'm so blessed to have you all in my life. And please, please, like I said, take care of yourself until I see you again.